Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Hey, this is Tim Seeley, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Diggity dank.
Hello, and welcome back to another week of the Nightwing News. Well, more of a Robin week, but I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is.
Hello, I'm Kristen.
And this time, yes, we're going to talk some the young Dick Grayson as Robin from Legends of the DC Universe #6 and DC Comics Presents 31 and 58. I'll team up with Superman. And then I don't know if you read. Did you read any comics this week? Every DC comic had an ad for Nightwing 114, part 1 of Fallen Grayson.
Oh, did they? No, I haven't gotten them yet.
Okay, even in the back, there's like an interview with Tom Taylor and stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're really.
I hope it's not too sad.
The final arc, I know. Even if so, in the end, I think it's going to come out all right. Yeah, because I was looking at this stuff for 114. One of the variant covers. It's a version of their first cover.
Yeah.
But in his interview, he was saying he's like, "Hey, everyone's loving the beard on Dick Grayson." Makes him look old.
I was just say, yeah, it makes him look way older.
Oh yeah. All right. So should we get into these issues?
Let's do it.
All right. So let's do Legends of the DC Universe first, because that came out way later, but chronologically, I believe it comes first because he seems pretty young in that one.
That's true.
All right.
That's supposed to be when he first meets Superman.
Mm-hmm. I know. Sorry, open up my link or my app here. All right, so. Oh yeah, this one's written by Kelly Puckett, Lil's favorite alias that she's gonna steal.
Oh.
So of course, it's in Gotham, so of course there's thugs in an alley.
Yeah, I do like how they put all the info on the guys
on the T-shirt. Yeah,
yeah, that's cute.
Yeah,
creative.
So yes, young Dick as Robin is trying to take care of these hoods trying to break into this building.
Turns out the lights.
Yep, then he's like hanging the one guy with his rope and stuff. Because at first he's like, "Oh, if I was Batman and had his rep, they would scatter at the sight of me." But after he beats on them for a while, then they run. He's like, "Much better."
Yep.
And then Commissioner Gordon puts up the bat signal and says, asking, "Oh, Batman's not coming." And Dick's like, "Oh, he's out of town." He said, "Send Gordon. Someone wants to talk to you." He said, he'd be right back. There he is. And then I guess, we get a flashback of Dick reading about Superman.
Yeah.
And then we see Superman. "Hello, Robin. It's a pleasure to finally meet you." This comes floating down. Oh, Dick. Wow. Superman tells him, "Let me explain. A Metropolis gang broke in Star Labs yesterday and stole a prototype EM pulse rifle along with some generators, the technicians say they could have it working within a week. But yeah, he says, yeah, Superman traced the gang to a warehouse near Gotham Marina. I like to take care of this now with your permission. I love Dick. Dick's like, my permission, and he's thinking, oh wait, yeah, Batman has that thing about Superman asking permission.
Yeah, Batman has that thing about everyone asking permission.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh, and then Dick's like, cool. He's like, I'll meet you there in 5 minutes, Superman. I can get you there in 30 seconds.
The only thing that's weird to me about this is how when Superman's flying, like just as Dick is just hanging on by his
Arm.
hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, this seems really weird.
I mean, unless Dick wanted to do it that way, so he could be like, oh, I feel like I'm flying. And again, I mean, well, at this point, Dick's not afraid of heights or anything. So.
Right.
Mm,
It's just weird.
yes. And then we get another flashback with him and Bruce, and he's like, Dick saw Superman on the news, and he's like, what's he like? And Bruce is like, lightning, thunder. He's not human, Dick. Never forget that.
I hate Dick's face in that panel though. It's so weird looking.
Yeah.
It has weird shadows on it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, too many lines. But then they're at the warehouse, and Superman's like, yeah, there's 2 armed men over there up against the wall. And Dick's like, he's looking through the wall. He's looking through the walls. And Dick's like, okay, what you told me the only threat to the public is the generator, so I say we go in from the south and dismantle them while I go after their leader. And then Superman just looking at Dick. He's like, what? He's like, oh, nothing. Just nice. It must be nice to have a partner who understands why we do what we do. He's like, yeah, it is nice.
I don't like that panel before where it's just the Dick's face, but I like his panel there where he says, yeah, it is nice.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, they just made the faces look different. And he looks better. He looks really good in that one. It looks cute.
Although his face on that in the last panel of that page, it doesn't look good.
So then, yeah, he's taking out the electricity.
Mm-hmm. So then, yes, they go in. Superman just punches through the wall, and then take a 6-inch thick wall. He punched through it.
Yeah.
So then, Dick comes in, just lands on some goons, starts disarming guys. One of them gets Dick at knife point, but then another one fires a ray gun.
Dick's like, Dick disarms the knife guy. He bites him.
Yep.
Grabs the knife.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't think that gun was working yet. He's like, I'd better. And they see it's Superman. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I guess Superman's just absorbing it.
I guess. I don't know if it's just like, or the energy's just like, around them. But yeah, the gun really isn't hurting him. It kind of magnetizes Superman because all their guns and knives come flying at him.
Yep.
And Superman crushes them. So that about wraps things up. Superman says the police force here does good work. They deserve their reputation. So Superman's saying it's been a pleasure. He shakes Dick's hand, and it gets like a little static shock there. And Dick's like, oh, I'm fine. Just stay back. And he's like, okay. He's like, I better keep my distance. Come to Metropolis sometime, and I'll make it up to you, okay? And Dick's like, sure. Goodbye, Superman.
Yeah, I really like this story, except I feel like that's a weird ending. How he has the shock and shocks Robin. I mean, I get obviously to be like, jump back, but the way
they make it seem a little too menacing. It should just be like, oh, sorry, yeah, okay,
yeah, it's too much. It feels too much like at the end there, they're trying to prove Bruce right, as though like, remember, he's not human, kind of thing. Instead of, I don't know. Instead of, it seems more like, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's supposed to be early days with Superman, but Superman understands how static electricity works. It seems like, wouldn't he, I don't know, go touch something else metal before he tried to shake
Yeah.
Robin's hand?
Although I don't know if it's just that. I don't know if it's the gun from residue from that gun too. So it might just be a little more than its static charge. But yeah, again, it's like, and this story, I don't know what else we could get in here, but this story seemed way too short to me.
Yes. Yeah, there was also that.
Basically, like let's it's Robin and Superman and just against a bunch of goons. It's like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's cute, but yeah, that's the only thing. I don't know. It just feels off a little bit how he's like, and then I zapped him, and I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's what it just seems short to me. It almost seems like, I don't know, something's missing, but I don't know. You know what we needed? We needed like a scene in the cave, like maybe Dick had to go get something at the cave, and he's telling Alfred, "Oh, hey, I'm teaming up with Superman," and Bruce always says, he's not human and stuff, and then Alfred needs to give him a pep talk where it's like, "Oh no, just because he's not from this world doesn't mean he's not human." Something like, something.
Yeah. Or I don't know. I just don't like how they have him like zap him and act scared of Superman, and Superman just be like kind of nonchalant about it, like, "Oh, I'll make it up to you." But I don't know that part. It's like everything feels really good except that part where
Yeah,
they shock each other, and then it just I don't
yeah,
know. It
yeah, yeah. It
doesn't
seems,
feel right.
yeah, a little too. Don't hurt me.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, again, like I said, yeah, it's
It
yeah,
just feels
yeah.
too. Haha, Batman was right. He's not human.
Or it's like Superman doesn't think about others when that's all Superman thinks about.
Right? Exactly. That's why. Like, it just feels off.
I know. Yeah.
But otherwise, it's good.
Yes. Mm.
So I don't know. 8 out of 10. How about?
Okay. I mean, that's not a bad score. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Like I said, because it's really good until that one little bit. You're just
Oh.
like, where does that come from?
I almost
Otherwise,
feel
okay.
like we need to do a long issue and then show like Dick's first team up with Superman, Jason's first team up with Superman, Tim's first team up with Superman. And I think that was 1998 that came out. So yeah, so that would be the only Robin.
Yeah.
All right. Should we jump to the next one?
Yeah, this one comes up first.
Yep. Number third, DC Comics presents number 31.
So
Superman.
DC Comics Presents, I guess, was a team up book.
Yeah, it was basically a Superman teams up with someone different every month. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Batman is Brave and the Bold, Superman
Yes.
is Presents. Nice.
Yep. And then you had I got some back issues of that not too long ago. Then there was a World's Finest book where Batman and Superman teamed up every issue until like Crisis.
Yeah. Well, at first, Batman, Superman, and Robin in World's Finest for like the entire Golden Age or something.
Oh yeah.
They only teamed up on the cover. And then it was a Batman story and a Superman story, but they weren't the same story. And then I don't know, in the early 50s, I think it was, then they
False advertising.
became the same story.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's weird.
All right. So this one starts with Robin sneaking into a circus at night.
Yep. This is March 1981.
Yep. So this one and the next one are pre-crisis kids. Yep. So yeah, so he's sneaking through this carnival or this circus or carnival at night, and he's singing, "Oh, he's getting the jitters. Wonder if it's because I feel almost like I'm walking through my own past days when I was a circus acrobat."
Before my parents were murdered and Batman took me in. So a quick recap for anyone who doesn't know.
That's right.
Although it does say at the beginning,
Oh yeah, you get the little
he was one of the Flying Graysons.
blurbs at the top, for Superman and Robin. Yeah.
Becoming first a boy wonder, and now Robin the teen wonder. I think Dick is the only one they've referred to as the teen wonder, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Which is interesting because, of course, I mean, Tim was always a teenager. I mean, Tim, in fact, might still be a teenager.
Yeah, I don't think Tim's ever hit 20 yet. Yeah, no. So
but he was never called the teen wonder. It's
yeah, because even Jason, I don't think they ever. Yeah, no, it was also just rock. I think
they only did it in like the 70s. I mean, I think it wasn't.
Yeah, it was the sign of the times. Yeah.
Oh, like when he went to college.
So yeah, then Dick gets attacked by one of the carnival or the circus people, half and half, which is half male, half female. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
But then Dick manages to knock this person out, and then we see him sneaking around. Then we discover the reason why in a flashback. When he was here earlier as Dick Grayson with a date with Angie. Do we know who this Angie is?
I think she's a one-off.
Okay.
I don't think she's around too much. I mean, hello. I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't really go on dates, so I don't know the protocol. But I mean, she at least knows his name. Isn't it kind of basic stuff? I mean, I feel like I wouldn't, if I were Dick, I wouldn't be going on too many more dates with this Angie when she's like, oh, circuses are fun, but they're kid stuff. Like, I can't believe you asked me to go to a circus. Really, lady? Really? Unless, like, he's never told her, I grew up in a circus.
I mean, it might be a first date again. I mean, who knows how long they've known each other? So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's more like a blind date or something. Because it feels like if you knew Dick, I mean, if you had his basic backstory, I mean, wouldn't you be like, oh yeah, I grew up in a circus, and then my parents died, and Bruce Wayne took me in.
Yeah, or wouldn't you be like, at least say, yeah, oh yeah, carnival, circuses hold a special place for me because that's where I grew up. But before my parents were killed.
Yeah, exactly. It just feels like this woman doesn't know anything about him.
All right.
Or he hasn't really told her anything about him because she doesn't even know. Because she's like, what do you do? Watch Super Circus when you were every time when you were a kid? It's like, no, I lived in the circus.
Yeah, they says he's young in heart, and she says young in the head. It's like, oh, really?
Right. I was like, this relationship is not going to work. You clearly haven't even told her the most basic things about yourself.
Exactly. So then they're in the crowd watching, and then he sees someone he knows, Waldo the clown.
Yeah, which also feels weird. Like, why would you jump down in the middle of the... Like, shouldn't you wait until the end to say hi to Waldo?
Exactly, or at least, just go to the front and be like, hey, the front seats. And go,
Waldo,
hey.
what's up?
But Waldo seems to ignore him. And then Angie wants to know, did you know that clown? It's like, no, I guess I didn't.
Maybe that clown was trying to keep in character for the parade.
I know, but then they flash back to the president. Dick's like, but I did, blast it, I did know him. Yeah. Waldo Simpson. Yeah. But yes, he was a clown with the Flying Graysons back in the day.
Of course.
So wait, he was an acrobatic clown? It says he back when the Flying Graysons were a top acrobatic act. Why, he was practically my godfather.
I mean, I think sometimes clowns do acrobatics or whatever, but not like the Flying Graysons.
Yeah. But then,
because Waldo runs through that ring of fire.
Oh yeah, what Dick says. He hears a voice. It seemed telepathic to come as much from inside my head as inside the tent. So okay. So yeah, we see Waldo trying to jump through this ring of fire, but Dick stops him. Robin, the Batman's buddy. He doesn't respond to Dick, but he goes, Robin, the Batman's buddy.
Right.
And then Dick says he's gonna get Waldo out of here. Then the voice comes on. Not so fast, young man. He says, you are going nowhere, either of you. And Dick says, so loud, crushing my will like a used soda can. You young fool, how could you hope to resist my telepathic control when even he couldn't? And then the strong man takes off his disguise, and it's Superman. So he's hypnotized. It says, show him who you are. And Superman's like, yes, master. Dick says, whoever you are, you must have zonked him with kryptonite or some kind of magic. And those things won't work on me. I won't let them. Then
the mysterious voice redoubles its efforts.
Yep, and knocks him out. We'll hold you and the other clowns. We'll take our fine young feathered friend to the conditioning tent. Feathered?
Then you see Superman giving some side eye.
And then, yes, it says the circus usually, does one night stands, but it does then the whole week in Gotham. And if Gotham comes, can Metropolis be far behind? That's when they've made it to Metropolis because there's Lois and Jimmy.
That's right. Checking it out.
And even Lois is saying, I've never heard of Starling Circus before. And then they're watching the acrobats, and Jimmy's like, that's my idea of a cheap shot. They really expect us to believe that's Robin up there making like Burt Lancaster.
Well, I think my favorite line is because they say it's Robin, Gotham's boy wonder, and Jimmy's like, yeah, maybe they know Robin, maybe they don't. After all, he stopped being called a boy wonder ages ago.
That's right.
Jimmy's up on all the latest.
But then Lois sees Superman down there, and it's like she's like, that's a whole lot harder to fake being Superman. And then he like flips an elephant.
Well, then Lois says, first thing tomorrow, I'm going to check on whether anybody's lost a giant electromagnet.
I guess to like simulate the super strength, but I'm like, I wouldn't lift an elephant.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, maybe she's thinking that that star thing that he's standing on. I suppose maybe if that were an electromagnet, maybe that would let the bell up, and then he'd just be faking it.
But then that night, they just have Robin in a cage.
Yeah, like a gorilla cage.
Yes. But then Superman comes around and claps his hands, and the sonic shock will shake off your hypnotic trance.
That's some serious comic book science right there.
Exactly.
Actually, this whole thing is some serious comic book science.
Oh, this is pre-crisis super science, yeah.
It's like, how does this voice hypnotize these people so quickly and deeply?
Yes. And then Robin wants to know what's going on. Superman says, I was never really hypnotized at all. And Robin's like, well, why'd you let that guy toss me around like a frisbee? Because I wanted to give myself away just yet. You see, I stumbled onto this circus of mind slaves just before it reached Gotham City. But he hasn't been able to discover who among the performers is behind that telepathic voice or what they want. Like he's like, until I do, I can't chance that waking the others might seriously damage their minds. And then Robin's like, what about me? He says, I calculated the voice's power and it hadn't taken a firm hold on you yet.
See, again, total comic book science. Like, because I needed you here for this team up is really the answer.
Exactly. But then the voice is like, that's all I needed to know. And then, yes, the whole circus, including the animals, are coming out to get them. And the voice is like, yeah, I thought Superman's defeat was too easy. Now I must dispose of both of you. And Superman's like, fat chance unless you got a kryptonite bullet up your sleeve. And the voice says, no, but I have the entire control the entire the actions over the entire personnel. Destroy them. Kill or be killed. Robin, why don't you try zapping the ringmaster first? Isn't he usually the guy who's the mastermind in all the comic books? And Superman's
No,
like,
I'm sure it's not him.
he's convinced he's the that's the only one he's convinced isn't who it is. But yeah, then the tigers attack Superman. But yes, he's the voice power I accidentally developed not long ago releases all the adrenal energies of man and beast, making them rather more formidable than usual. And he says, you dare not fight back for fear of injuring one of my slaves. And again, more science. I figure tigers are more resilient than humans.
I mean, true.
Yes. Well, especially the elephant grabs him and Superman throws him in the big pool.
But then, for whatever reason,
Dick's kicking a clown.
Right. And he's like, I got an idea. So he grabs the
old timey camera.
flash pan camera. Yeah.
And the Flash basically, yes, stops all the, frees them from their hypnosis.
Yeah, but nobody, because they're not really seeing things when they're hypnotized, nobody knows to cover their face except the one clown that it turns out is the mastermind.
Please don't hit me. I only wanted to be in charge of a circus once instead of always being a stooge. And then, Superman says, nice work. And Robin, I picked up a few tricks of the trade from the Batman. But Dick, still, since the mastermind here really didn't use the circus to commit any crimes, maybe the courts will take that into account. You mean besides making slaves of everyone? Oh yeah, this guy didn't commit any crimes. But yeah, Dick says he feels sorry for him, and that Superman takes the guy and flies him off. He's like, "You coming? You go ahead. I've got some catching up to do with on circus gossip with Waldo here. On behalf of a pal of mine named Dick Grayson." Okay. Hey, Waldo, hear any good gossip that I can bring back to my good friend Dick Grayson?
I know. They were so casual about that in the Golden Age.
I know.
Or, I mean, in the pre-crisis. Well, in the Golden Age, too. So this one is weird. I mean, I think the story is fine. It's cute that it's at a circus, and it's great to see Superman and Robin teaming up, but it also doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Again, it's Silver Age, and two, it's like a lot of these team up books. Every month they have to come up with some excuse for why Superman's teaming up with somebody else, and
right, because it's like, okay, so it was through his voice that he hypnotized them, and and Superman broke it for Robin through hearing. But somehow Robin can also break it through a camera flash, which is through your eyes, which is not the same way that they were hypnotized to begin with.
I guess I don't know. I guess maybe it's sudden shocks like bright lights.
I mean, the camera flash does actually make more sense to me, although I have albeit very limited knowledge of hypnotism. But I thought mostly hypnotism happens through your eyes, so I don't really understand how the guy hypnotized them just through sound.
I mean, isn't a big component of real hypnosis the voice though too? I don't know.
Yeah, but I think there's also like the
yeah. And again, so it was just, and again, it's like it was actual. He hypnotized every human who worked at the circus and the animals just with regular hypnosis. Not even like it's not like a metahuman power or anything. It's just regular hypnosis.
Right.
That's the big part I have a problem with. So he hypnotized all the animals.
Right. Yeah. That's why I said it's a fine story. You just clearly have to not think about it.
Yeah.
Because once you start thinking about it, you're like, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Or if he had some kind of machine or something. Yeah, something. But yeah, no, it's just I'm a very skilled hypnotist.
Yeah. I think for me, the big thing that doesn't have it make any sense is that everything has been through hearing until the very end when Robin uses the camera and it fixes everyone. That and Superman doesn't take people because, like, I don't know, it might damage their brains, but then they just flash the camera and no one's brains are damaged. I'm like, what is going on?
I know.
Really, there are no rules. You're just making it up.
Well, we really don't even get the mastermind's name. It's just, oh, hey, it's this clown.
Yeah, and he just did it because he's like, I just wanted to be in charge.
I want to be in charge for once. Yeah, it
doesn't make any sense.
I stole the will of everybody here because, yes, I wanted to be in charge.
As I said, it's fine. It's cute for the circus, and Superman and Robin working together is fun. But yeah, after you read it, you have to shut your brain off and move on because it does not make sense.
Exactly. Maybe if we give more pages, because there was a backup story in this, I'm like, maybe if we had just made this a full-length story, maybe we could have added more in the middle here to, flesh out this story a little more.
Like I said, I think for me, it still doesn't make sense, but it would have made more sense if it didn't change from hearing to sight at the end. So if it had all been through sight and Superman somehow, like, I don't know, used his super breath to like blow something out of Robin's eyes or something like that, and then Robin did the flash, or if the way Robin broke everybody out of it was like firing a cannon, but everybody knew not to.
Yeah.
Like only the one who wasn't hypnotized was like, oh, it's gonna be loud or something.
And again, it's so weird because it's like we don't know the rules for this hypnosis. Even Superman and Robin don't know the rules for this hypnosis.
Right.
I mean, this was a Jerry Conway too. He's usually a really good writer too. So.
Maybe he was working on a tight deadline.
Maybe. All right. So should we get to our other issue? Our other DC Comics Presents? Oh.
Yeah, which also features some intense comic book science.
Oh, you got the floppies for these. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I feel like I must have picked them up at a convention a while ago.
Oh. I was waiting for you to say, no, they're my dad's.
No, actually, they're not. Yeah,
nice.
I did get these ones. My dad's collection starts in the 90s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he does. I think he does have that. I think he does have a paper copy of that Legends of the DC universe, but I don't have it here with me. So,
all right. So yeah, this one is DC Comics Presents 58, Superman, Robin, and now we're gonna add Elongated Man.
That's right. We have 1 came from the doomed planet Krypton to become Earth's greatest superhero. 2 came from the circus. Dick Grayson to avenge the murder of his aerialist parents. Ralph Dibny to become the famed stretchable sleuth.
So yes, so first page. We're back at a circus.
I know, and this one's in 1983. It's been 2 years, and they still can't think of anything other than a circus.
And it's a different writer. Yeah, you'd think it was.
Well, I assume it's also a different circus.
Oh yeah. Oh jeez.
The DC universe has an abnormally large number of circuses as well.
Yes. So yeah, we see a father taking his young son to the circus, and he says, "This is boring, Dad. It smells funny too. Can we go see Astro Wars again, or play some video games instead?" Let's get back to that Atari 2600.
Yeah, that's true. Or maybe he wants to go and play some Pac-Man at the arcade.
There you go. Oh my lord! So I mean, we know Tim's origin. I was like, oh my god, what if they copied to? What if this was Jason? We'd be like, oh, this sucks. Although no, at this point, Jason was part of a circus. So
That's true. Jason loves the circus.
the dad, we'll see lions and clowns and monkeys.
Hooray.
Yes.
Or hoo-ha.
When they see the elongated man come down, oh, and he's with Robin, the Teen Wonder.
That's right.
And I love Elongated Man. Hear that applause, Robbie? Boy, doesn't make your blood roar. Maybe yours, Ralph, but you're the publicity hound, not me. I still have a secret identity, remember? Because remember, kids, he only loves to share the spotlight.
That's right.
See you last episode.
And then, of course, he's like, yeah, but you came out for the performance. Yeah, same reason you did. Proceeds go to the retired circus performers fund.
Must be nice that some performers get to retire.
And then she's like using him as a trampoline or whatever.
I know. That's funny. But then outside, yes, Clark Kent is reporting for the news.
All of a sudden, these weird dudes come rushing at him.
In these yellow suits. They run. Well, one of them rushes through him.
Yeah.
So it calls them the Intangibles. So yeah. One of the guys with Clark's like, oh, keep the cameras on him. This story's hotter than the circus any day. You filling in the viewers, Kent? Kent? Where'd he go?
I hope he's okay.
I know. So yes, one of the Intangibles comes up, scares some of the horses who are pulling a tiger cage, and the tiger comes out.
Yeah, of course. He crashes down.
And Robin gives him the sleep gas.
And then Ralph was going to try to cut off the elephant, but Superman just grabs it.
Yep.
And then flies him away.
He's going to say put him back in his kennel. So Superman's like, oh, let's see what I can. I'll see to these self-styled intangibles, or rather, I'll see through them with X-ray vision. And the one says, "This is what we've been waiting for." But Superman can't touch him. And then the other one gets away from Ralph. All Superman's microscopic, telescopic visions don't reveal anything. Vision doesn't even get a little warm foot.
Well, and Ralph, didn't he? His nose starts twitching. Is that a thing?
Yeah, like, oh, I smell a mystery. Yeah, it's yeah. So yes, so we see someone behind one of the Intangibles behind the scenes. Is like, yes, they want Superman to try to use all his powers. When he tries to get one in his cape, he vanishes. And when Robin tries to lasso one, he disappears.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden the kid's excited for the circus.
Yeah, that was swell, Dad.
Now three heroes are like, well, we played for suckers. Why? How? So they're just like, why did they interrupt Clark's newscast? To wreak havoc at the circus. And for what? They didn't get anything, money.
So it's like, what did they gain from it? Aha! They got publicity.
Yep, and Superman's like, they got me use my vision powers. I love Ralph. If they could walk through walls, what kept them from sinking into the ground? And Superman says he couldn't hear any heartbeats. Maybe because they didn't steal anything because they couldn't, because they were just illusions. I think we've been set up, men. But then 3,000 miles away at or the future home of Astro Films.
Yep.
We've got to hurry if we're going to beat Astro Wars record. But yes, one of these guys is for years I made extraordinary special effects for movie moguls and made minimum wage while they got rich. So yes, one of these men is a special effects Hollywood special effects man, Mysterio. But no more. Frank Matthews' next special effects will be for himself. Superman's harnessed visions mixed to my specifications will give us power, extraordinary power.
I still don't understand how they were harnessing Superman's different visions.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't get how they stole those either. Yeah. Yeah. But no, the intangibles will be more than holographic images. They'll be real. He tells the rest of them to get into the booth. But Superman's trying to track them, but the radiation trail runs out.
Yeah, like, how did they leave radiation?
I don't know. Maybe from absorbing Superman's power? I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, they're like, seems like special effects. Must be somebody in Hollywood. Let's go.
Must be some of those West Coast people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Superman flies them out. Superman flies them out to California. Yeah, because Ralph was like, "Oh, me and Robin, we're comparing notes," and says Hollywood people. So yes, we see in Hollywood. That's the Intangibles steal the only copy of Astro Wars 3.
I know. I mean, maybe this is really how they do that, but it also seems very ridiculous and very comic booky that this guy comes out and he's like, "You know it. This is the only existing print in the whole entire world."
Yeah, I know.
And I'm just gonna stand here so that someone has a chance to steal it.
Just in this film can labeled and everything. Yeah, I know. It's only like 2 security guards.
The guy comes up and takes it. I'm like, whoa, my bullets go right through him.
And then, yes, next at an auction, yes, they still the ruby slippers Judy Garland wore in The Wizard of Oz. And then with those 2 thefts, they're up to what, $25 million, over $25 million. And that's 1983 money.
Right. Well, so now you see they're saying my special effects made Astro Wars and Astro Wars 2 the top grossing films, and now it's 1983 and we have Astro Wars 3. So clearly Astro Wars is supposed to be Star Wars.
Yes. We're not.
And so apparently the Star Wars techs are upset.
So yes, we see Superman and the others. Yes, they've made it to California. Talking about the 3-hour time difference. And then Superman. If I can find them, there's no radiation at Paramount, Warner Brothers, or 20th Century Fox.
But we've got it at Astro Films.
Yep.
Speaking of, I wonder if George Lucas looked like that in 1983. The guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. He might have had a beard or something. Yeah, I don't know how close they got it, but he might have. So yeah, they break it. So the heroes break in, find the intangibles, and then the guy's like, "Make a move against us. Superman will be the last you ever make." Superman's like, "Well, he doesn't have any red sun radiation or green kryptonite. I'd feel it." But then the guy shoots him with something, and then my eyesight. So it messed up his eyesight. It looks so distorted, as if I were seeing you through a fisheye lens.
And so the bad guy's like, that wasn't what I'll take it. That wasn't what I was counting on. Which at least that feels real because they've got, or slightly more realistic, because they've got so much comic book science and stuff doesn't make any sense. But at least it does make sense with like, I didn't know what would happen, but I hoped it was something to my benefit.
Yes.
That feels legit.
Yeah. No, Superman's depth perception is all off because he accidentally goes through a wall and he flies off, and Robin's like, "Where are you going? To find a cure for my supervision. You elongated man are on your own." It's just like, oh hey, you're in the middle of the villain's headquarters. Hey, yeah, you two guys are on your own.
Bye.
So then the intangible, I guess it's the leader saying, if Superman couldn't beat us, what chance do you have? Dick, do you want to answer that, Ralph, or should I? But then when they both try to attack the intangibles, again, they go right through them. But they, the one says, we're still intangible, but now we can fight back. So yeah, Superman really went up and almost hits a plane.
Yeah, he fixes it not using his heat vision, but super friction instead.
Yes. And then after that, he flies up to the sun and stares into the sun because, like he said, the ordinary human staring at the sun would cause blindness. But since the sun's yellow rays give me my vision powers, this should be the equivalent of eye drops.
There he goes. Oh.
So, see, kids, only Superman should do that.
Most
So yeah, Robin's still trying to lasso one of the intangibles. But Robin says, I got all the proof I need, namely the fact that you're intangible. You can hit me with solid blows. I'm betting without your special gloves, you'll be as dangerous as a breeze. And then Ralph's taking off boots, and yeah, the one kind of goes through partway through the floor. Without your gloves, Robin says, you can't touch anything, including the controls to make you solid. You'll starve unless you tell us what's the antidote for Superman. And the guy's like, there isn't one. And Superman comes back and says, no, wrong tense. You mean there wasn't one? But then Superman takes the intangible gloves and touches the guy's belt buckle and
yeah, so this is a different one. He touches that. I guess that's what makes him go solid.
Yeah. So,
yeah, because then he faints and Ralph is able to.
Yeah. And of course, Robin ending the issue with, these guys may call themselves the Intangible Superman, but I'd say you're the superhero no one else can touch.
Boom.
That sounds like a golden age ending to me.
Heck yeah.
All right. So here's a question. Which we'll rank these in order from your favorite to least favorite.
I guess I would say, even though it doesn't make sense, I think I liked the Superman Robin one with the hypnosis the best. I don't know. I just liked how they got along with that one. And then I think I liked the Legends, kind of first meeting one, because I think that one is good. But just like you said, the two main problems are it's kind of short and that like zap, and it doesn't feel right. And it annoys me more when the characters feel off than when they do goofy science stuff. Yeah. But this most recent one also, I do not understand what's going on with these intangibles. Like they're just holograms, projections, but then they somehow do weird made up science and make themselves.
Yeah,
so that they can be, but then they have boots so they don't slide through the ground, and then gloves so they can punch people. But then when his shoes are taken off, he like literally sinks into the earth. Like there's a lot of weird comic book science going on in here too.
Yeah,
And
that was weird in the beginning. Yeah, it's like, no, they were just holograms, but now they're really intangible. It's like,
yeah, so that one really feels weird, and I'm kind of like, bleh.
yeah.
Plus, I suppose, although it's Superman's team up book, I feel like Dick actually gets a lot. Dick gets more time in this one because it actually starts out with him. Whereas this one, Dick has a much smaller role because a substantial chunk of it is taking a couple of pages is Superman fixing that plane and
Yeah, and again, it's
getting
three of
his
them.
eyes.
It's three of them instead of two of them. Yeah.
Yeah, but mostly the comic book science in this one is like really ridiculous, and I can't even explain it.
That's a pre-crisis science, yeah. But yeah, no, that's the first one, issue 31. Yeah, I mean, we didn't even get Superman until how many pages into it? Yeah, it was all Dick for the first couple.
Yeah. How about you?
I might have to agree with you with that order. And at least that last one, we didn't spend, it wasn't too much like the one before it, where we spent the whole time at the circus. We just started there.
Yeah.
So make it a little different. But yeah, no, I think I agree with you. It's that, yeah, DC Comics Presents 31, then the Legends issue, and then that last one, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they both have terrible science in them, but this science is worse. This science is worse.
Yes, yeah. Again,
because it's more complicated and doesn't make sense. I mean, at least the other one is just basic hypnosis.
Yeah. Again, it's Silver Age science. So I know that's no excuse, but still, they got away with so much back then, or they tried to. All right. Anything else? Uh-oh. Did you freeze on me? Kristen? Uh-oh. She might be frozen, people. Hold on. All right. Yes, we may have lost Kristen. So, all right. Hold on a second. Yes, she did message me. So, oh, cool. There's two of you. Hello.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes there's issues. Yeah. So,
just kicked me off. I guess it's a sign to wrap it up.
There we go. I got rid of your evil double there. All right. Yeah, we'll wrap this up. All right. So yes, so that's it for this month. Next couple weeks we'll get Krypton or not Krypton, Electric Mullet, and then when we come back with Nightwing news, it'll be part 1 of Fallen Grayson. So
I'm nervous.
And the new Titans issue. Yeah, I think it'll work out in the end. All right. So yes. So send us your thoughts on the new issue, because we'll record that like the day after it comes out, and the new Titans issue. So email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-Capes. And remember, you can find all things Capes Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise. Pick up the new merchandise, the new logos. You can rain money on us in the Cash App link. And of course, always you can subscribe to the Patreon for all your uncensored little hellfire. So find it all at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. And you can also, again, make yourself smarter. And again, learn all the secrets of Dick Grayson, because you don't know them all. And of course, help support an educator when you pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder on Amazon. Again, a very informative read. And again, all this and any science is spelled out in great detail. There's no hand wavium at all.
That's right. No one's hypnotized.
You'll be hypnotized by a great read. Oh, hold on. I should have did that. All right. No, Kristen, no. They'll be hypnotized by a great read. So yes, pick that up on Amazon because I know you're on there, kid. All right. Thank you for joining us, kids. Thank you for taking your time out of playing your video games and watching your Astro Wars to listen to us.
That's right. Could be at the circus, but instead you're hanging with us.
These, if they would have if they redid these, they'd be like, "Yeah, this is so boring. This is nothing like TikTok or
Fortnite or something.
the internet or the YouTubes." All right, so yes, kids, prepare yourselves when we return. Part 1 of Fallen Grayson. But until we meet again, join us same wing time.
Same wing channel.
The Nightwing News. Thank you for joining us. It's been super.